So we usually see that. Oh, DaezanG sneaking a little observant around, and that's good. I think that's really good. He needs to kind of see what's going on in HiyA's base, and he is going to spot that third command center. So he's probably very wary from that first game. Doesn't want to get caught again in some sort of a timing push. Although it's a little bit late for him to do anything about it if it was coming anyway. Although it probably would have come already. But he really wants to make sure he knows exactly what he's doing. Make sure he's not trying anything funny, no shenanigans, as they would say in Ascension, that is. And in fact, there are no shenanigans going on. HiyA is pretty much responding with his own standard gameplay. He's just going to go for that third base. So DaezanG doesn't have anything to worry about in that regard, as far as that's concerned. Alright, so we're probably going to see that command center lift off in just a moment here. HiyA has got Goliaths out, just kind of an interesting note. Usually in Terran vs. Kratos you do see actually a lot more vultures on the ground. He probably is researching, if he hasn't already, he's researching mines right now, maybe even Charm boosters. We've seen a lot of air rushes on this map, and as you can see on the mini-map, HiyA does not have much of a view of DaezanG's base. He's only just recently gotten Comstat, I suppose. I actually didn't pay attention to when he got Comstat. He's going to get Science Missiles out, so he doesn't need to save up his Comstat energy too much, though. But he doesn't know what DaezanG's base looks like too much, so he might be getting those Goliaths out just in case. There's some Arbiters coming. We've seen players go quick Arbiters on this map. We've seen players go quick Carriers on this map. And, well, there's actually a lot more Vultures there. So it looks like he's just gotten a few token Goliaths just to deal with any quick air that might be coming. And he's going to stick with Vultures mostly. It's easier for him to get those Goliaths out, though, since he does have a second gas. Although, I guess most maps these days, Terrans are almost always expanding quickly and getting that second gas. Oh, HiyA trying to move around, trying to maneuver some Vultures around, trying to get a little bit of Vulture harass in there. DaezanG chasing that little force of Vultures with his Dragoons, but he's got his main force back at his home base there, and actually those Dragoons are going to be able to go ahead and fully intercept there. And DaezanG putting up some pylons just in time to stop those Vultures as well. But a dropship is coming in here. DaezanG doesn't have anything to stop that dropship. That dropship is going to be able to drop those Vultures inside that bottom left base. It looks like he's not even going to go for that base, though. He's going to go for the middle base. But as you can see, that's not a very good idea. There's a cannon there, so he's not going to be able to do a whole lot of good. He's going to be able to do some good. Oh, he needs to watch out. Those troops are grouped up really close together. If those mines impact somewhere close to that clump of troops, then it'll be a big problem. Let's see if DaezanG sees this. DaezanG is distracted at the bottom there, and he's actually put up a really nice blockade. There are not Vultures in that. I thought there were Vultures in there. There's actually tanks. 4 kills so far for those tanks. Probably 6 or 7 kills now on those tanks. So several probes getting taken out, but those tanks are going to get taken out pretty quickly. Actually, no, they're just going to have to pull back up into the dropship. And HiyA taking this opportunity to move out. That was a pretty good move, actually. Even though he didn't do a lot of damage to DaezanG's economy, he was able to distract DaezanG long enough to move out, put his tanks up there. Oh, but we saw DaezanG getting the Templar Archives down. He's going to have to... HiyA's going to have to move his tanks out of that close formation if he's going to deal with storms later on, but DaezanG's going to go in before he has storms. A lot of Zealots there. There are no Vultures in front of those tanks. The Zealots are going to go all... He does have Templar Storm going off over the groups of tanks. They're way too clumped up. Too many Zealots, and there's no Vultures in the way at all. Oh my gosh. DaezanG is completely overrunning HiyA's third base here. HiyA's losing all of his forces. Finally gets his Vultures in front, but he doesn't have many tanks left there. And it looks like DaezanG is going to have to pull back. He's run out of Dragoons. He's still got a few Vultures left, but he's lost the battle now. I think he should fall back now, but he's going to try and do as much damage as he can while he has the advantage. And actually, it looks like HiyA only had 1 tank behind there. I thought he had more tanks behind that initial row, but he actually only has 2 tanks left, and that was amazing. It looks like in the meantime he did do a tank drop in the bottom left corner, though, and DaezanG was just way too distracted there, and those 2 tanks alone managed to take out that Nexus there. It may have gotten cancelled, but I don't think it did. I think it was already up. I don't recall. But trading a base for base, not a bad idea for DaezanG right now, though. I think that went in DaezanG's favor because once their mains mine out, which isn't going to be in too long of a time, then then it'll be 2-on-1 base, and that'll be a lot better, well, a lot better ratio in general. DaezanG can easily retake that base in the bottom left as well, whereas now DaezanG has a little bit more map control, and it's going to be more difficult for HiyA to retake that base. It's not impossible, though. It looks like HiyA's moving out here. Going to try and do a counter push. I don't think this is going to work, though. DaezanG has a lot of zealots on the ground, but he actually has a lot more zealots than dragoons, and so the vulture-heavy army is going to be a little bit difficult for DaezanG to deal with there. If he gets a nice storm off, it might change things, but no, he's sending out his Templar to their suicidal deaths. Oh my gosh, suicidal Templar not even getting their storms off. Oh man, what probably happened there is DaezanG just grouped his Templar with his units and just attack moved them. Templar dropping out, and now he gets a storm off on a few tanks. HiyA does not move those tanks out of the way. 2 tanks going down, 3 tanks going down, a couple more damaged, almost dead. HiyA is going to get pushed back here. I don't think that DaezanG is going to be able to retain his map control too much, though, because he has lost a significant amount of his forces. This push is actually working a lot better than I expected. It's really a shame for DaezanG he didn't get those storms off of those Templar that died. If he had, this might be a completely different game of StarCraft now, but in the meantime, losing that Nexus, not having the economy, I don't know if he doesn't have enough gateways up or nothing or something, but DaezanG just was not able to put out enough troops here. Look, things have turned. The tide has turned back in HiyA's favor here. Things looking extremely bad for DaezanG. I have seen him. Oh! Templars dropping out there. They do get a couple storms off. Those tanks were already damaged from previous storms, so 2 tanks going out, and that saved DaezanG's butt a lot. If he had not, oh, it's just, not able to get out a storm there. Drops out another Templar right next to the tank. I don't know what he's doing here. He shouldn't be suiciding these Templar like that without even getting storms off. I think he probably should have been able to get a storm off with that if he'd been paying attention. It might have just been desperation, dropping Templar out instead of Zealots on top of those tanks to try and get them to shell each other. He's going to try and run his probes out. He loses a few probes. He saves most of them, though, and that is going to help him in the long run if he manages to hold this out. It looks like he's actually bringing probes back out to the expansion. I wasn't sure if he was going to try and fight with them or not. They're going to get slaughtered by those vultures if vultures decide to go over there. Things now looking horrible for DaezanG, and I'm really, really disappointed that it looks like DaezanG is going to lose this game. After overrunning HiyA's third base, I thought he had the advantage there, but HiyA just decided to move out. He lost the economy there and just decided to move out. Well, actually, you know what? He didn't lose the command center. He didn't lose a lot of SCVs, so that wasn't too horrible for him. If he'd lost that command center, things might have been different as well. But instead, HiyA able to counterattack. DaezanG GG's, and you could look at him. Oh, so disappointing. Obviously for DaezanG, I'm disappointed as well. But man, that was a really, really good comeback by HiyA, though, I have to say. Really nice game sense of him to notice the fact that, I mean, he did, you know, to just counterattack at that moment. I don't think a lot of players would have had the balls to counterattack at that moment. Distant HiyA, his own team. HiyA has got to be the most awkward pro gamer I've seen, but maybe that's just the impression I have, all from him lifting the bottle over his head and dropping it after winning the grand finals. In any case, dang. So close. Team ROKAF has taken the best team in the league right now to the ace match and barely lost it. It's so disappointing, and this is why I said at the beginning of the season that I thought ace was going to do a lot better this season, because that's what they did for like half their games last season. They kept taking it to ace and not being able to clinch that ace match, and so hopefully they'll be able to do a little bit better in the future. They aren't in last, so that's something that we can say about them at least, and that's, again, pretty impressive considering the fact that they don't have any time to practice or anything like that. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that match, as disappointing as it is for us Air Force fans, but we do hope to see more of them in the future doing well. They have been doing pretty well lately. They also took SKT-1, one of the other best teams in the league, to an ace match as well. So you can't. It's not an assumed auto win. Ace is not an assumed auto win anymore. So other teams are gonna have to look out, and at least they've gotten that much respect. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for listening.